What's up, everybody? Fame Rothstein Sports Investing Show. Link to the podcast is in, the bio. Today it's Saturday, June 6th, 2020. It's a little after midnight. I forgot. I'm here in the Republic of Cincinnati. I forgot that Ohio wasn't all the way back open yet. So I tried to run to Walmart right quick, the 24-hour one. No, they closed at like 9 o'clock or whatever. So I'm sitting in my car about to make a video. I'm using my car light, so it might go off when if it does, it'll go dark because I know I'm barely lit right now. But I just wanted to get some stuff off my chest while I was thinking here, and I'll turn it right back on. I don't know what the timer's set for, 2 minutes, 5 minutes, but we're probably going to go a little while. So what I need y'all to do before we start is I need you to smash that like button. Smash the like button, okay? Hit the notification bell, and give me some subs. Come on, subscribe. You're going to like this, okay? Because as you know, I'm a sports investor, and what I do is I help people, guide them on safe sports investments, aka wagers, okay? And we win just as much as any of those like high profile guys that you see on TV or on Twitter. Trust me, do just as well as any of them, if not better than some, maybe most. I don't know, but trust me, my record at sports betting is nothing to really be laughing at. It's damn good. All right. Now, speaking of which, with sports betting, as you know, we do the podcast Thursday through Monday. Well, the podcast will be coming back Thursday through Monday. The first date that I'm going to do it is Monday, June 15th, because my local sports book, I don't do it online because we don't have it legal in our state. It's just, I don't do it online. My local sports book is in Indiana, the nearest one, 20 minutes away in Indiana. And they reopen June 14th. So my first show will be June 15th. My first show back, that should say. Okay? And you can catch that on Anchor.fm, TuneIn, Spotify, Apple Podcasts, Google Podcasts, Stitcher, Breaker. You can catch that several networks. The Fame Rothstein Sports Investing Show. We do the podcast Thursday through Monday. Okay, on those networks, and then YouTube Tuesday and Wednesday. Okay, YouTube only Tuesday and Wednesday, and then Saturday Instagram, YouTube, and the podcast. So 3 different ways you can catch me on a Saturday and Sunday. Okay, but yeah, matter of fact, here let me kill them right here before I start. Then we can restart them. There we go. All right, sorry about that. All right. But yeah, so that's how we're coming back with the podcast. All right, but right now, I want to talk about the NBA will be back July 31st, and looks like the NFL is going to go on time in September, Thursday after Labor Day. So I think that's the 10th this year, something like that. But hey, let's see what we got when it comes up. But, we'll have some boxing and other things until that comes back. All right. But this is what I want to talk about. Okay. There's been a lot of civil protests going on throughout the country. Some peaceful, some not so peaceful. After the murder of George Floyd. Okay. Out there in Minnesota. I mean, all 50 states have joined in. Black Lives Matter, blah, blah, blah. You got your detractors. No, all lives matter. The thin blue line cops, they did that in my city, rose that flag. All right? They raised it. Pardon me. They rose that flag in my city. All lives matter. Okay? Whether you believe, whatever side you lie on, it is what it is. I'm not here to convince you of anything. I'm just here to just hopefully shed some light. And one of the things is that, well, one thing about that is if you notice, there's been a lot of police brutality in these protests about police brutality. Okay? I mean, I just saw a video. I'm going to tell you what, first things first, white people, yes, white people, they're about to become the face of victims of police brutality, no matter how many black people have been shot in the past. Why? Because there's a video, awful video. I believe it's Indianapolis. If it's not, I apologize, but I believe it was Indianapolis. These cops hitting this young white woman with a baton, beat the brakes off of her. You know, they were beating the hell out of her. You know, and you know nobody wants to see any police brutality. But 3-4 male cops manhandling. I believe there was a second woman too, but at least one woman. I mean, all wrapping her on the legs, the stomach with that thing, man. That baton. I mean, they're cracking her pretty good with that. And then here comes a delivery truck for Walmart. Like I said, I apologize. And then this video hit me in the heart. In Buffalo, I'm sure you've seen it now or heard the story. In Buffalo, New York, elderly white man, 70-something. He's clearly old, okay? 70-something. He's a little tall, though, but he's clearly an elder. White hair, everything, you can just tell. You know, the police are going to their post or whatever, or the emergency response team, whatever they're called for Buffalo. They're going to their post or whatever. He kind of, he stands there peacefully. Guy shoves him out the way. The old man falls. One of the cops shoves him out the way. The old man falls. You can hear his head hit the ground. And then next thing, all you see is blood coming out of him. One cop turns to try to help him. Other cop pushes him away as the emergency response team just continues on their journey. You know, and that guy who was about to help, he couldn't even look. Oh man, why'd y'all push that old man down for? I mean, there's blood. I don't know if it's coming out the back of his head or his ear, but it's visible. It's visible. And then I believe 2 officers got suspended from that team, and so all 57 quit. Why? Because you don't get to do a clubber. 57 damn officers quit an emergency response team because they did the real life Clubber Lang and Mickey from Rocky 3. That's exactly what this was. I just don't know if the guy died yet. Just shoved him out the way. I mean, it's bad. It's I'm not gonna say it's maybe it's just as bad because that guy is old. And it's you didn't have to get that aggressive with him. But yeah, so you got that going on. Like I said, if you're not careful, white people, you're going to become the face of police brutality. But hey, at least you see it and see that it's real now. It's not just some fallacy, that black folks made up. It's real, okay? And then you've got Drew Brees, who earlier this week said the quarterback for the New Orleans Saints, one of the best quarterbacks of his generation. He's never won an MVP, though, surprisingly. Probably could have won one last year, but Lamar Jackson won it. Okay? But yeah, he's never won an MVP, but he's still going to be a first ballot Hall of Famer. He is on some interview and he says that, disrespecting, kneeling during the anthem is disrespecting the flag, and both of his grandfathers fought in World War II or something like that. And boy, all his black teammates and, just the black media went off on Drew. Rightfully so. And then some players did a video. And then yesterday, which would have been, a couple days ago, which would have been Thursday. And then on Friday, the NFL, Roger Goodell released a video in response to his players saying, we should have listened. And somebody said, well, check the wording. It didn't say we shouldn't have silenced our players because the players are saying they were silenced. Didn't say we didn't silence our players, or we're sorry for silencing our players. We're sorry we didn't listen. I hate to break this to you, but you can silence employees. I believe the writing In a Supreme Court case, the majority opinion says freedom of speech stops at your employer's door. I mean, it's just that simple. That's why I've never, I'm sorry, it's going to probably upset a lot of black folks. I never supported Colin Kaepernick. One, he didn't start saying anything until he got benched. And so now it looks like sour grapes. And two, Colin, a backup quarterback ain't supposed to be making that kind of noise, causing disruptions and distractions. You're not supposed to do that. Football is really like a classroom. Remember, it's the only sport you practice more than you play. So think of when you were in class, science, language arts, math, learning the lesson. You learn the lesson for a week, and then you take a test. Same thing with football. You learn the playbook, the new plays, the new audibles and whatever, offense and defense for a week, and then you take a test on Sunday. You can't have distractions like what Colin was going to bring as a backup quarterback. Remember, he got benched. Okay? Now, yeah, I know, other weaker guys or, other guys have or were signed while he's been out of the league and whatnot, but that's a risk you take. You want to be a noisy backup quarterback, this is what's going to happen to you. Now, Colin eventually settled with the NFL, but I just don't like the way how Twitter and everybody, got to bring Colin back. No, you don't. Is he worth the trouble? That's all. If he was worth the trouble, somebody would have signed him. Okay? Just like because Colin, they said the distraction and brought whatever to the locker room, division. That's what Drew Brees has done. So if he retires or is traded by the Saints, you'll see why Colin's not signed. Because they don't want division in the locker room. Or if Brees is not traded, or does not retire, you also see why Colin's not signed. Because nobody thinks he's worth the trouble. That's all. Okay? So, these George, there's another delivery truck. These George Floyd protests, I don't know if they're continuing. I went to a town hall meeting of sorts down at City Hall, a little rally out front, but I couldn't hear anything the speakers were saying. And plus, the police, the way they were boxing you in, I didn't like that. So I just kind of cut out early after about an hour. But yeah, I don't know if they're dissipating throughout the country or not. They've been going on for over a week. But yeah, these cops, they're a little out of control. As far as attacking people and whatnot and hurting people and shooting them and killing them, like, hey, slow down, man. That's I don't care what George Floyd did in his past. Don't listen to Candace Owens' simple ass. Oh, ashy heifer. Don't listen to her. All right? But yeah, just lots going on with all that. So, a lot of companies are, releasing statements. We stand, we have a racial problem. I don't know if things are going to change or not. This is the biggest window dressing I've ever seen, and nothing changes. If nothing changes, this is was just a waste of time, broken glass everywhere for nothing. Okay? So, but that's all I got today. I ain't going to hold you. We're about 15 minutes in. I don't want to hold you. Don't forget, podcast comes back Monday, June 15th. Okay? Probably have some future stuff on there. And the podcast is on anchor.fm. Sorry about that, guys. Hold on. The podcast is on anchor.fm, Spotify, TuneIn, Stitcher, Breaker. Okay? I told you Apple Podcasts, Google Podcasts. Okay? That's the podcast. You can catch it on there. Same name, Fame Rothstein Sports Investing Show. You can catch it on there. Okay? And then Tuesday and Wednesday, I usually do a rant like I just did now, but it won't be as long unless something major occurs. It usually won't be as long, 5 minutes, 10 minutes tops. That'll be Tuesday and Wednesday. Okay. And also, I might even give a sports opinion on some, just, sports like I did today with an opinion on society. But it'll be sports. But right now, there's no sports going on. So we'll see. All right. And then Saturday and Sunday, you get YouTube, podcast, and Instagram. Fame underscore Rothstein, FAME underscore ROTHSTEIN. You can reach me on Twitter, Fame Rothstein, at Fame Rothstein, FAME ROTHSTEIN. You follow me, I'll follow back. All my picks are free. My sports investing picks, they're always free. I never charge you anything. Okay? You want to follow me on Twitter or Instagram, just send me a message saying, hey, it's me from, I seen you on YouTube or whatever. I always follow back. Okay? And my email is famerothstein@yahoo.com, FAMEROTHSTEIN @yahoo.com. Drop me a line, what you think of my picks or something. Leave a comment. Let me know what you think of this video. When the sports investing comes back, let me know what you think of my picks. All right? But that's all I got for tonight. I'm going to get off of here. And we'll talk soon if we don't talk before the 15th on the podcast. All right? But y'all be safe. Love y'all. Peace.